Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I don't know about you guys, but every time I hear both of those pieces of music, it just puts me. I am joined by Tusk. How are you, Tusk?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Sorry about the fucking goat-powered internet, which is, even though I've moved, it's still shit. So just gonna let you know. We have a few people in the chat to say hello to. Hello to Barman. Nice to see you. OPT Lawyer was in the chat earlier. I think he's still around. Mario Rui, Aniceto, David Oliver. This will make the goats jump. What the fuck is that? Is that an alligator? No, don't be bringing alligators around my goats. That's not cool. Not cool at all. We have Spooky and Math Pig. Yay. How is everybody tonight? This is not usually a day that I go live, but we have Sean Hawkins in the chat. How are you, sir? Good to see you. And of course, King Crew. We wouldn't be able to run the chat without King being in the chat. Okay, so let's get down to the tea. Let's get down to the tea. People have had a chance to come in. So, right, as people may or may not be aware, and we have Cider and Port in the chat. How are you, Stephen? Good to see you. He knows about this whole thing. So I'm going to get right down to it because I don't plan on being on very long, but we might have a random chat as well. So who knows? I'm coffeeed up and ready to go. So I was supposed to have a debate at 12:30 my time. It's now 10 o'clock my time. And it was supposed to be on the issue of pro-choice versus pro-life. And then at 6:30, we all got a message, an email from James from Modern Day Debates. The scheduled debate has not been aborted. Nice one, Tatty. Nice wording there. Nice wording. And that's part of the problem, I think. So hello to everybody that's coming in. So we were supposed to have this debate. This debate has been organized for a while. So let me just go back before this debate and then explain the context. I messaged James a while ago saying that I was willing to be a pro-choice debater, but I was not willing to go on camera. And he had a problem with that because the person who I was debating demanded for their opponent to be on camera. He has had many people that is not on camera. And yeah, anyway, he wouldn't let me on, which was fine. I was like, okay, well, if you ever find someone who actually wants to concentrate on the substance of the argument instead of the person that they're debating, then let me know. So he came back to me and he invited me on to this debate with Stephen from Cider and Port and 2 other debaters. And I said yes. So 6 hours ago, 6:30, 6 hours to go to the debate, we get a message from James saying he was too busy, he couldn't moderate, and he was getting in someone called Praise to be the moderator for an abortion debate. Now, you'd be forgiven if you didn't know who Praise is. So let me inform you of who Praise is. I'm just going to share my screen. So, this is Praise. This is some of the debates that he has done. Is there evidence for God? He was for evidence for God. He believes that the Tower of Babel existed. I'm right down here. Does the Old Testament endorse slavery? Is atheism reasonable? Do fucking demons exist? Now, apart from Irish demon, no, they really don't. But he was arguing for the existence of fucking demons. So, I legitimately asked, who the hell is Praise? Before actually looking for who Praise was. His full name, his full title, is Praise, I am that I am. Yeah. He is anti-evolution. He is he doesn't believe that there is slavery in the Bible, or that it's unjustifiable. He doesn't believe in a lot of things. He believes in God, which is fine, absolutely fine. Being a religious extremist is fine for the religious extremists. But I raised the question, is the praise that he was referring to the religious extremist that does be on his channel? Because I am kind of worried about the moderator. I know, asking about moderation on modern day debates, but that's a whole nother story that we will get into. I asked the question, is it the same person? And instead of being understandable, James decided to become argumentative and ask if I had any proof that the fact that he was a religious extremist, which is evidence on Modern Day Debate channel, if I had any proof that that would influence his bias regarding access to abortion. A religious extremist having an issue or having a bias about a religiously sensitive topic. Let me see. Mr. Andrat says it right. Not a neutral platform. Not at all. And so, because I raised this, I said, look, I'll do the debate. It's just for my own preparation, so I know who I'm dealing with. And instead of understanding that perspective, he rage cancels me and begs T-Jump to jump in instead. Because he can't really accept what I'm saying, that I'm raising a legitimate concern, but that I'm willing to actually go ahead and do the debate. Instead of understanding that, he gets argumentative and rage cancels me. Again, if that's what you're into, James, that's what you're into. Now, I do have a message for James, and I mean this with all due respect. I have run debating societies, professional debating societies. Now, I know that YouTube is not a professional platform when it comes to debates. It's about entertainment. But James, and feel free, by the way, please do not bombard James. But somebody, if you would like to clip this next piece and send it to him, I will understand. So James, if you are not able to handle someone who is opinionated, direct, honest, I'll even go so far as to be argumentative. If you are not willing to engage with those kinds of debaters on a personalized or understandable level, or a reasonable level for raising legitimate concerns, then you should not be running a debate channel. Here's the problem that I see. T-Jump, Nathan Thompson, which we will get to in a few minutes. Praise I Am That I Am. All of these people are patrons of modern day debates. Now, again, I have run debating clubs, professional ones, where we actually won competitions, All Ireland competitions. We've won them. My problem is that when you run a debating society or a debating channel and new people come on the scene who are willing to join your little group, new debaters are like fucking gold dust. And again, James, if you don't realize this, you should not be running a debate channel. This is why modern day debate is suffering. This is why you have to go for 3.5 hours to make up the super chats that you would have made in an hour and a half 2 years ago. This is why. Internet crapping out again. Instead, what you do, you just cancel people. Sorry, I know it's cutting out. I am using a new modem. and I'm trying to get it to work. I think Tosca's gone.
No, I'm still here.
Can people hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Can I be heard now? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So my point is, if you're going to have a debate channel, who are willing to debate? This whole idea of kicking people off because you
You're gone again.
only care and naming names here. Huh? I'm gone again. God damn it.
We missed about 10 seconds of what you said.
Okay, yeah, because it's now starting. Back off updates. Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, good powered internet. It sucks. Right. So the problem that I see is when you only care about the egos of the people who are financially contributing to your channel, and you care more about that than the new people possibly joining your platform, then you're actually doing yourself a disservice. You're actually willfully killing your own channel. Yeah, potato modem. That's what it is. It's just a weird position that I'm in. I will be getting fiber into my new place. It's just going to take me a little bit of time. Hello, Tony. We have Tony in the chat. So yeah, I thought, look, I'm not bitter about it. I'm really fucking not. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. And instead of actually telling me that I was out, that I was definitely off the debate, I had to find out by seeing that he had changed and adapted the thumbnail and the debate title. So the little biatch couldn't even come to me and say, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be on the debate. Instead, he runs to YouTube, rage cancels me, and I have to find out through there. Yeah, that happened. Tony's like, what happened here? Just rewind, you weirdo.
Yeah, I think James is too short-sighted. He's saying if he's got like a dumpster fire and he'll get a load of super chats, and that's, cash in the bank. But he has to build the channel slowly. He has to have the same people coming on, build up a fan base. You can't just go after the fast, easy money. And that's what he keeps on doing.
Well, here's the thing, right? He did acknowledge that it was a legitimate debate, and he was worried about me having concerns, and that he thought that maybe there was an issue with the moderation. Now that I've pointed out, here's the thing. He genuinely didn't put two and two together.
Yeah, it'd be like showing up to a football match and the referee's wearing the jersey of your opponent.
No, it's actually worse than that. It's actually like having Nathan Thompson moderate a debate on gravity.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. Or even worse, Oakley.
Oh, Jesus. Nathan Thompson is a Patreon of
he is
modern day debate.
That's why he's allowed. That's why he's continuously allowed on. Yeah.
One of my issues with a lot of the debate channels, or not just the debate channels as such, but there's certain YouTubers who have the same debates with the same people, and they schedule them, months in advance, and they talk about shares of super chats and so on, and that's fine. But when somebody who's diametrically opposed to you is a patron of your channel, you can't be impartial.
Exactly. And the other thing is here, Bat Babel says, I hope I pronounced that right. MDD needs a moderator team. James is a fine host, but not a moderator. Part of what James does is as soon as the debate and the intro happens, he concentrates solely on the chat, which means nobody is actually moderating. that led to Aaron fucking Raw, as you said, Tusk, in privately.
Yeah.
Aaron Raw was called a fucking alcoholic. You have Aaron Raw on a stream, and you're going to let a bitch like Nathan Thompson say shit like that to such a prominent YouTuber in multiple communities. You're asking for your channel to be taken away from you.
For a lot of people, that was the last straw, you know, because Aaron Ra is rightfully held in great esteem and respect in this community. He's the reason a lot of us are in the community in the first place, and we've learned a lot from him. And for having Nathan Thompson accuse him of being a drunk and call him an idiot within the first few minutes of a debate is it's unconscionable. It's unforgivable.
Yeah. I do want to address this. Crafty was removed as she didn't want praise moderating a debate on abortion. No, I was removed for questioning if it was praise I am that I am, because what was said to us was just praise. And for me, who doesn't go on modern day debates, I asked, is that the religious extremist that does be on the show? Didn't even fucking realize that I was doing it because I was on my phone. I didn't even realize I was texting at all. So I asked a legitimate question of who the hell is this person coming in to moderate? 6 hours or 5 hours before the debate. Now, I would have gone ahead with the debate, but the important thing for me was to know whether it was 2-on-2 or 3-on-2. And so now, poor Stephen is up against 3-on-2. And I wish them luck. I really do. I wish them luck. And I don't want people going over there and harassing people. What I would like to see is people going over, if you're so inclined, and holding praise to account if he does step out of line. If he does forget his place as the moderator, you slap him back into it. And make it a level playing field. I know, again, talking about moderation on modern day debates when, you know, there kind of is no, with T-Jump, it's going to be 4-on-1.
Yeah.
I mean, T-Jump isn't the worst. He's not the best. Cider asks if I'm going to be watching the debate. To be honest, I would, Stephen, for you, to support you. I'm not sure, because I'm absolutely exhausted. I worked 10 hours today. I'm working 10 hours tomorrow. And yet I was willing to fucking stay up for this debate. So I don't know if I will. I will watch it back. And if you are willing, I will host an after show in the next day or two to see what kind of happened. I'd be definitely on for that.
If you can, Stephen, I'd be happier to watch an after show on your channel rather than giving MDD the view.
Yep.
Much
absolutely.
Happy to do
that. I'd be happy to come on to an after show on your channel. I would be happy to host an after show to get more views and to get more people subscribe to you. And please do, guys, go over and have a look at Cider Report. It is more of the political and social side of things. And I do be on there quite a lot.
It's not very often that I'll pimp somebody's channel out, but everybody really should subscribe to Cider Report.
If I can bring it up. I shout.
Oh, it's gone again. But do you shout moderator in the correct whiny voice? It only works if you go moderator.
I shout moderator. What? But 100 other people have to before he does anything. You really speak for, and I wouldn't want to. James good moderators, because they'll probably his to that. Sorry, for some reason, I'm robot, and again, my internet is shit today.
Yeah,
So yeah.
what's happening, Keela, is
And yeah, modernddaydebate@gmail.com.
Keela, what's happening is what you're saying's getting bottlenecked, and then it's all coming out at once, but very bitty. So we hear
Yeah.
nothing for 10 seconds, and then bits of what you just said all in a rush.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
We all have technical issues.
Yeah, it's technical. It's shit. I will get better internet someday. Look, I'm not going to attack fucking James as a moderator. To me, he's not the best. He concentrates on the chat, and he needs, as has been said, he needs a team around him to actually do the job that he can't do. And it's understandable that he has so many people in the chat that he wants to welcome people and be a good host, but that does not mean he's a good moderator. The other thing as well is that he likes to make people feel welcome. So especially the people that are actually contributing financially to the chat. And this is where I think, can we do something about Robot Crafty? No, unfortunately. I'll do my best, Anacito. I'll do my best, and I'll get my internet sorted out for the next time I stream, because we don't want a repeat of what happened on Ion Society, because that was just awful. I just disappeared for like 20 minutes. But yeah, no, I did want to address it, because there are people who were genuinely looking forward to the debate. I am a professional debater, or a semi-professional debater. And so I don't get upset. I don't get angry. I don't get aggressive. I get passionate, but I don't get aggressive. And if anyone has seen me on Agree to Disagree, Tusk, if you could find Agree to Disagree's link and post that.
I'll do that now.
Agree to Disagree is a great alternative to modern day debates. Now, Katz and Creaky, who host it, have been a little bit busy lately. So hopefully Agree to Disagree will come back very soon. But it is a much better, I don't know how to explain this. It's a better alternative than just saying, let's just boycott modern day debates. The other thing that I wanted to say was so on Facebook, which I'm very, very, very rarely on, it is an important topic to discuss about MDD. The channel has no future, and James should notice that. Here's the thing. The channel has a future, but it only has a future if James is willing to listen to constructive criticism, which I haven't seen him be able to do. Whereas Agree to Disagree, they're not in it for the super chats, which I find, I don't know if you've noticed, Tusk, but in the last year or so, the super chats that Modern Day Debates and other channels, Modern Day Debates is not unique to this, but Modern Day Debates would make in 3 hours what they would make in an hour and a half or an hour a year ago.
Yeah.
And so by concentrating solely on the people who are financially assisting the channel, he's actually creating what Jose does, Jose JG, and that is to create an echo chamber of the same people spouting the same rubbish all the way through. And the problem is, like, for me, you can have the same introduction, but the debate will be totally different because of different people bringing their own views and their own experiences. And here's the thing. MDD has never had really a person talking about abortion that has such direct experience in abortion, in the whole discussion around it, in living under an anti-choice society. They've never really had that. And right here tonight, they had the ability to have 2 people who have actually lived it. Now, Stephen will go and he will do a great job. And I know he'll do a great job. But I have actually had an abortion. I have actually had to leave my country to access an abortion. I have spoken about this and debated this over 15 years as they take the abortion pill. And nowhere have I seen on modern day debates has he had anyone of that caliber with that much experience. 15 years I have been assisting women. I have been going to England with women so that they can have an abortion and they don't have to do it alone. So I bring to the table a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of experience, and that's not to toot my own horn. That experience when it comes to a discussion is so, so important. Yeah, Stephen says, if I don't do a good job, you'll find me and kill me. Oh, I know I will. And you know I will. No.
I'll hold you down while she does it.
But the point of it is, when you focus your whole entire energy on the people who are giving money to the channel, and you are willing to dismiss new faces, new voices, new experiences, you're doing yourself, your channel, and your audience a disservice.
Now, there's someone else in the... Well, I don't know if MDD counts as part of this community, but I'm not going to shit talk somebody else's channel, but I think everybody knows who I'm talking about when I say there is another so-called debate channel who has the same people on over and over and over again, and the views are crashing.
Not only are the views crashing, the super chats are drying up.
Super chats, yeah, they're drying up. The views are crashing. Who wants to watch, QE or JM Truth say the same thing again and again and again? We have to branch out or invite new people, and you just can't just have the stars in. People will come because it's Nathan Thompson or JM Truth or whatever, and then someone says, "Oh, I've got something to offer like you do," and say, "No, I'm not interested."
Exactly. It's not even that I'm not interested. You have to jump through a whole load of hoops
you have to play his game. You don't play by his rules. Yeah. Now, I remember you spoke about this. I can't remember where it was. It might have been on the Sunday morning show.
Yes, Life on the Flip Side, yeah.
Yeah. You were talking about... Sorry, I've lost my train of thought, sorry.
No worries.
It's gone.
Was it this Sunday?
No, it was a couple of weeks ago. I've just lost my train of thought completely there. Because I was trying to remember where I saw it, you're talking about it. And then, it's gone, sorry.
No worries. Theo Fun Guy says, how effing dare he put someone like Praise to discuss with you? Like Nathan and Amen again. Dumpster fire for the super chats. Theo, he wasn't putting Praise in to discuss it with me. He was putting Praise in as a fucking moderator. Now, again, questioning moderation on modern day debates seems somewhat as an easy target right now. But when you're talking about a sensitive topic, such as abortion, asking a religious fundamentalist to be impartial and to moderate, that's where I had the issue. And all I did was question, is it Praise? I am that I am. Is it the religious extremist? And I get booted off the show and replaced with T-Jump, of all people. Somebody, SB, just tipped me for €1. Thank you very, very much, SB. If you want to leave a comment, just tag me and I'll put it up. Absolutely. Thank you very, very much. Ricardo says, I don't have a working channel, so I'm completely free to say MDD is the dumpster fire capital of YouTube. But even with that, Ricardo, the super chats are drying up. People are tired of listening to the same shit out of the same people's mouths, and you're not getting any variety into the discussion at all.
The problem is, it's just what I was trying to remember there. It came back to me, sorry. It's still relevant though. Now, you were talking about this on the Sunday morning stream about when you have one of these people on, like Nathan Thompson or whoever, you have to do it on their terms.
Yeah.
They will only come on if you give them the super chats. If these questions get asked, these questions don't get asked. And then for someone like supposedly an impartial moderator, like a channel like MDD, to do exactly the same thing, it really does beg your belief that it's like you can be on my debate channel, but only if you accept these conditions. It's not an impartial platform then, is it? You know, you've been told what you can say, what you can talk about, who you can talk to before it even starts. And even when we get into the side chat to watch the debate, and I know he's not anymore, but Nathan Thompson and another high-profile flat earther, I can't remember who, were given wrenches and were allowed
Yep.
to block and boot people that disagreed with them.
Yeah, and it was only through the rage of the chat that Nathan Thompson actually had his wrench removed, and about 3 weeks later he had it given back to him.
But the damage
only
was already done.
Yeah,
he'd blocked people from the channel. And I know James didn't go back and go through the block list and try and find out who it was and reinstate them. Just blocked. That's it. They're gone. They can't do anything anymore. How can you allow that?
Well, just so people know, the other debate channel that we were talking about is Agree to Disagree. So some of you already know it. It's hosted by Creaky Blinder and Conspiracy Cats. Let me just put this, because I can't do things at once. Thank you, Tusk. But I do have it. There we go. Yeah, see, this is why I need more mods. Moderator! I got Nathan Thompson to block me during that stream. Happy days. Yeah. But look, I don't want to be coming off as though I'm bitter or upset about what happened. My main reason for coming on tonight is to explain to people what happened, because I did put up a community post about it, and there were a few people who may have been looking forward to it, and I just wanted to explain what was happening, and for anyone who would actually think about going on as a debater, just for you to know who you're actually up against. Jessica G just tipped me a $5. Thank you very much, Jess. And please don't harass Clive about being a kitten hater. He doesn't like it.
He didn't do himself any favours there, did he?
No, he didn't.
He's going to have to put up with that for a long
time. And what's funny is he went on to Roxy Lowry's channel yesterday and said he's actually a cat person. So yeah,
Too late.
I thought Tusk was saying about a bad one. Am I losing the plot?
No, I don't want to say it's a bad debate channel. I'm just saying it's very repetitive. It's the same people on over and over again, and it gets a little dull. And if you look at the views for the channel, you'll see they have steadily been dropping because there's nothing new to say. You know?
Yeah. So someone asked who Nathan Thompson was. I think that was Jeff. Yeah. Jefferson says, who is Nathan Thompson? Nathan Thompson is a religious extremist who believes that the earth is flat and gravity doesn't exist. Amongst other things, he is also someone who goes around and screams at kids in schoolyards about how they're being lied to and gets arrested and shit. He's a nasty piece of work. So if you don't know who Nathan Thompson is, consider yourself fucking lucky. But he was brought in to a modern day debates discussion with Aaron Raw. And within 15, 20 minutes of the debate starting, Nathan Thompson actually said, no, I don't have anything. And Aaron Raw just was like, look, these were the terms. You haven't met the terms. You haven't met the criteria. I'm out. And instead of ending it right there, here's the thing. Instead of ending the debate when the debate actually ended, James allowed Nathan to go on and bitch for another fucking hour
Yeah. What he should have done was end the stream, go and apologise to Aaron Ra, and ask him to come back on another day. But he didn't. He just laughed. He
Yeah.
thought it was funny. This-
Oh, and allegedly, Nathan Thompson ran off with Witsit gets its money. That's questionable because what had happened.
Well, yeah, he did.
What,
Well, I suppose.
what had happened was people were donating to Nathan for a road trip across America with Witsit Gets It and Nathan Thompson and one or two others. Nathan and Witsit got into an argument. Nathan had his van behind him, stormed off, rage quit the tour and did his own thing. And then Witsit's van broke down, or the thing broke down. And so Witsit was complaining to Nathan that he took all the money to continue the road trip himself because it was given to his PayPal, which he has a point, in fairness. But again, it's kind of like expecting James not to platform Nathan Thompson or, be a decent moderator. You kind of should have seen it coming that, like, you save up and he saves up and you have your own money, because I wouldn't want to be financially dependent on Nathan Thompson.
No.
He's not the most reliable of people.
It's kind of like the situation we find a lot. It's people when in their wills they leave money to the RSPCA, but they really meant the SSPCA.
Yeah.
And there's legal battles that go on for years over these things left in wills, and that's what's happened with Nathan and Austin. People thought they were giving the money to the tour, but as a whole, they didn't realise that Nathan had run off with the money on his own tour. So technically, it's still going to the Globe Clown Tour, just not the one they thought it was. No.
Yeah, that kind of sums it up.
Yeah. It's
but
very
again,
dishonest. It is absolutely dishonest.
It is dishonest, but it's Nathan Thompson. If you were expecting anything more than someone who would scream at kids,
Oh, it's Austin's accused him of all kinds of things, like stealing his AirPods, and Nathan's like, I didn't steal them, I lost them. Yeah, sure you did.
Fuck's sake. But in fairness, Nathan Thompson he actually has a brain in there, because he, instead of just throwing everything into the RV, he actually brought his van along just in case.
Yeah, I think this was part of his game, part of his plan. At some point, he was going to split the tour and take whatever money was coming.
Yeah.
I do believe that he thought about this and said, at some point, I'm going to ditch these guys.
Yeah, so I'm keeping my van with me.
Yeah, I'm not going to change the PayPal address for donations, though.
Yeah. Anacito says, that's not questionable. It's a fact that Austin and Nathan agreed to send the clown tour funds to Nathan's PayPal. He did the same thing to JM Truth with Red's Rhetoric video. Yeah, I mean, again, it's fucking... So Silent Report says, me, Crafty Keela, and Math Pig, Irish road trip. Who's with me? We also have to... No, we have to wait until Irish Demon comes home. Irish Demon is coming home. He's moving home in August, so we'll have to wait for that. And then we're going on the road trip. And we have to wait for the Beardsman to come over too. Otherwise, they'll kill me. But yes. Yay! And then we're all going over to invade Sarcastic Barman. Because that's going to happen.
Yeah. I think Barman's going to open the door one morning and find 300 people outside.
Yeah. I mean, it is remarkable, though. 1.44k and no super chats. How can we help feed the goats if one doesn't use PayPal? There is Patreon, and I know Patreon. There's also Ko-fi. I don't know if the link is actually... The link should be there.
I think Ko-fi requires PayPal, I think.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I tried to buy you a coffee to go with your birthday cake the other day, and it said PayPal, and I don't use PayPal.
But yeah, I'm just under 1,000 watch hours left for monetization, so we'll see. I'm not in a hurry. I have a full-time job, so this is literally just a hobby. This is something for me to enjoy. And when I get there, I'll get there. Absolutely.
You
Yeah,
realise
we're not.
once you get your super chats,
Yeah.
people are just going to super chat to get you to say 33 over and
Oh,
over
fuck
again.
off. I'll have Clive there every day.
Yep.
Go live, just go so I can super chat. Say three. But I know what way Clive likes me to say three. There you go, Clive.
There you go. That was just for you.
That was just for Clive. Hey Vishanti, hey Flint, good to see you. Titan Uranus is in the chat saying, wait, someone got the better of one of Red's questionable fundraisers. I'm not going to get into that discussion. What happens with Reds? I'm not getting into any fucking fundraisers ever. It's not happening. It's not that I don't care about people. It's just, it's not something that I want to be attached to. And Sarcastic Barman just tipped another €1. Thank you so much, Sarcastic Barman. Yay! Yeah, see, that's my impression. He does the yays amazing. Taddy, no, don't even. Very, very bad Taddy. Very bad Taddy. It's easy to get money tequila. My her bank account. No, that is not a good idea.
Change your name.
Okay,
to
yeah.
Cathy
So if your
Thompson.
message doesn't come up, just tag me in the chat and I will read it off. Why won't messages come up? I wanted you to say 33, but I know how people want me to say it. 33. There you go, lads. Enjoy that one. That's going to be clipped. I'm never going to hear the end of that one, am I?
No, even I got involved in that, which I still feel bad about.
Come here, I don't mind it. Like it's good crack. It's good crack. And it's something that I know the people who are on my streams very regularly. When I see a tree coming into the chat, I was actually watching a live stream not so long ago, and Barman is laughing at me saying crack. I'll explain that in a minute for my American friends. I was on a live stream a couple of weeks ago, and someone completely different. I think it was on either Ants Canada, which I frequent quite often because I love that channel, or it was on Hornet King or something to do with animals anyway. And all of a sudden, people are tagging. Someone tagged me in the chat with a tree, and it was funny. I was like, oh fuck. Like, you go to life on the flip side, don't you?
Consider yourself lucky you just get trees. I get constant demands for English translations and subtitles.
Yes, and even the subtitles would never be able to understand you or Taddy. I do.
No, Tatty and I spoke about this a while back after poker. I don't know if you were there. We were going to
I
get
think I was.
you, who else was it? Me, you, Tatty, and Pip.
Yeah.
And we all have a chat, all get drunk and just have a chat. And the first person to get closest to what we actually said would win a prize.
Yes, that should definitely happen. I'm willing to host that, by the way.
That'd be great.
Pip, if you're around, if you see this, I will message you later maybe. And Taddy, if you're up for it, we'll get that sorted. So 33 trees crashed across some knees. I don't know what that means, but okay. There you go, I said it. And Clive Wells is asking for subtitles.
I'm surprised no one's asked for. In fact, I'm not even going to say it because they'll start doing it.
Yeah, Clive Wells has just asked for subtitles.
Yeah.
For who? For Tusk or for me?
As I said before, Clive, up yours.
Anacito says, well, I need 350.
No,
I love South Park. Love South Park. Just going to put that out there now. Yeah, we've gotten completely off topic. But
we've gone miles off, haven't we?
Yeah, but that's half the fun. Let's have a second laugh, you know?
So, in summary, Keela good, MDD bad.
Okay, for the people that weren't here at the start, like Taddy, in in case you haven't got it. So today I was supposed to be on Modern Day Debates, and 6 hours before the debate, we were told that a religious fundamentalist was going to be moderating the debate on abortion. And James, who owns the channel, who kicked me off because I raised the question of who is this person, didn't actually see a conflict of interest. And when it was brought up to him that there was a conflict of interest, instead of actually rescheduling the debate for when he was free, he decided to rage cancel me for making a fuss because I dared ask a legitimate question. So yeah, that happened. That is what we are talking about, folks. That is what we've been talking about. It's incredible. It's incredible how someone who owns a debate channel can be so thin-skinned. And what's funny is when I asked him, am I being kicked off for asking a legitimate question? He said, no, well, I just thought it would be toxic for you to be involved in. I'm like, no, I just asked the question. Oh, when I was already replaced before he actually told me that I wasn't taking part in the debate. So yeah, instead of actually fucking manning up and saying, I don't want you on this debate because XYZ, he decided to change everything around without telling me, and then as an afterthought, well, okay, whatever. And then he said, well, I don't hold grudges, but if you want to burn the bridge. And I'm sitting there like, dude, you just rage canceled me because I asked a legitimate question. You're the one that's burning the bridge, not me. I was willing as a new debater to come on your fucking channel. I was even prepared to accept a clearly biased moderator and do the debate as long as you were willing to accept that there was some element of bias there. He was not willing to accept that there was an element of bias. And when he kind of did, instead of cancelling the debate or putting it back to when he could have a kind of unbiased mod, yeah, instead he goes and books someone else and kicks me off. So that happened. Yay, go Modern Day Debate. So I'm not sure about the whole boycotting thing because that just gives them a platform to be unchallenged. However, if you are interested in the boycott of Modern Day Debate, there is a group on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, it's called Modern-Debate, all one word. So hang on, let me get this right. Sorry, lads. Modern-Debate. Yeah, no, I'm just going to write it in the chat because I can't speak.
I'll put the link in chat.
Yes, please do, because I can't bring it up on my phone. It's Modern-Day Debate boycott, I think. So yeah, if Tusk can bring it up. I'm sorry, folks, I just can't even talk anymore. Taddy Bogle says it's hard to boycott a channel you never visited. Turtle moves. Exactly. James kicks me off for being a debater with an opinion and asking for clarification. Mr. Andrade has it right too. MDD and YouTube are out to self-destruct. And with that said, if anyone hasn't heard, YouTube decided to demonetize Irish Demon for calling out someone who told him to commit suicide. That actually happened. That happened too. So the original video is still up, undoctored, and YouTube has decided to penalize someone for standing up for themselves instead of actually doing anything about the original debate, the original video. Pat People says, won't T-Jump argue for abortion being immoral based on his preposterous ideas about morality? Not really, but what he will do is give a lot of room and agree pretty much with he'll basically capitulate because he doesn't actually have any experience around abortion. So he capitulates because he feels like he has to. And thank you, Brady Photography. Keela, we love you. Fuck James and MDD. Kind of feeling that way myself.
I do feel kind of bad for Stephen in this because
Stephen is fucked.
T jumps worse than a man shot.
Yeah. I'll give you. Hang on. Just so you're aware, guys. Just so you're aware. Let me just share this. I have been ready with my little thing. I have been ready for this debate for a while. So yeah, I'm kind of the only one who was probably the most prepared for the debate. But just to show you, I did have my presentation ready to go. Yeah. So
that would terrify the other side. That would terrify the other side.
I know.
As soon as they saw that.
Yeah, because I actually have experience and I know what I'm talking about, and that's probably why I've been blacklisted. Jefferson says, when y'all tune in, keep an eye out for Gavin. If Praise is in charge and has the ability to grant mods, even temporarily, he'll grant them to Gavin, and Gavin will turn the live chat into a fucking mess. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on that one. T-Jump capitulates way too easy. And the reason why he does that, again, is because he doesn't have experience. Not with the topic. He has theoretical knowledge. He doesn't have the practical knowledge. And he doesn't really know where he actually stands on the issue. And therefore, he thinks, because I'm a liberal, I have to argue the case of abortion, but then he capitulates.
Yeah. You don't want your debate partner conceding the point at every turn. No, dear, I don't know. I mean, like you, Keela, mooting was part of our legal training, and I was part of the university mooting team for a while, so I know how to put an argument together, as do you, clearly. But when you get somebody whose entire argument is based on reacting to what your opponent is saying, you're in real trouble.
Yeah, I just want to address this. Titan Uranus says you should stream at the same time and give your arguments from your notes. Let me know and I'll shoot across from Discord. I would. I'm not that petty, frankly, and I think that's a very petty thing to do. I don't need to. Stephen, as well, is a friend of mine, and he's going to be continuing with the debate. So, Cider and Port, I wish Stephen all the best of luck. You have a fucking steep hill to climb now. Not that we didn't before, but yeah. I just wanted to make that quick. And as I've said, if James is still around, if Stephen is still around, I am more than willing to host an after show party in a day or two whenever you're feeling up to it. Or you can host it on your own channel and I'll come along. Absolutely. I support you 100%. But I'm not going to be that petty. I wanted to raise this because, first of all, it's bullshit. It's childish tactics. It's not what any semi-professional would actually do, is to kick someone off 5 hours before a debate. So I wanted to raise the fact that this has happened to explain to people who were looking forward to me being on the show. And I also wanted to warn people about, if you are willing to engage with modern day debates, that you are prepared that this is the kind of shit that they're willing to pull 5 hours before a fucking debate. When I've already said, look, I'm happy doing the debate. Why kick like a moo cow? Oh, wrong one. Hey, Snark. Why kick like a moo cow says, why kick a moo cow? Sorry. Why Kick a Moose Cow says, do you like dogs or dags? That's dags, not dogs. Do I like dogs? Yes, I do. I like bigger breeds of dogs. So the little ankle biters that Irish Demon has, I don't think I'd be able. No, they're too clingy and yappy and ankle biterish.
Yeah.
And again, thank you, Tusk. Tusk has shared the link for the group Boycott Modern Day Debate. If you want to join it, I'm giving you the option. I'm letting you know that it's a thing, that there are people who were loyal to the channel that have set this up because they're just sick of what's happened. They hate the way it's become, what it's become. And I get that completely. I was willing to give James a chance because I've seen the likes of Leo and Stephen being on it. I was willing to give it a chance, but sorry fucking James, but I haven't burned any bridges. You're the one who burned the bridge, and I don't want anything to do with Modern Day Debate. I just can't see them as a reasonable platform anymore. They're not respectful. And it's understandable that a new debater would ask about moderation, especially given the issues that Modern Day Debate has had, or the criticisms that they've had around debate moderation. That if you're actually just going to, did you just get a PayPal donation? Let me check. Apologies if I haven't seen it. Give me 1 minute. Me doing two things at once hurts my head. I'm just going to say, PayPal. If I did, thank you. Yes, unfortunately, I'm not monetized yet. Mainly because I took like 4 months out. But yeah, I'm not monetized. So PayPal and Patreon is the only way to really support the channel right now. And I really, really sincerely thank everybody who has donated, because it is huge getting that support. As I said, I have a full-time job and I'm happy enough doing this for purely for the enjoyment of it. But yeah, I think I did. It says you got money, but it just refuses to. It refuses to load up. God damn it! There we go. It's loading. I'm sorry, guys. This is strange for me. Very, very strange for me. This is not something. This is not something that I usually have to worry about because I'm not monetized. But thank you, guys. How many hours do you still need to be monetized? About 1,000. So I'll get that in the next couple of weeks. I'm not really that worried about it.
So in the chat, Trombone Zambizo, who was that directed to? Or who was that directed at?
Where was it?
It's a chat that just says, "What a fucking bitch."
Yeah, right. I am. I'm an absolute fucking bitch. Welcome to the bitch channel.
It's like you're not telling
us anything. At least game recognizing game right there.
Yeah. Well, see, game recognizing.
No, that's game recognizing game.
It's Trombone's looking a little unfamiliar right now.
Where is this message?
It's just above. Can you pull it up there? It says, "Why kick a moo cow?" It's 2 messages above. It just says. That's all it says. I don't recognize the name.
It probably hasn't come in for me. Hang on.
Who backs out of a debate? Oh, fuck off, Trombone.
Who backs out of a debate because they are bigots? Okay, no. This is an important point. I didn't back out of the debate. That's the point. I was rage cancelled because I dared question who this new moderator was. Was he the religious fundamentalist or the religious extremist that I've seen on the show before? That's all I asked. I was happy enough to go along and do the debate, even with praise being the moderator. I had no issue with it. I just wanted to know whether it was 2-on-2 or 3-on-2, which is not it's not an unreasonable question to ask. Who is this moderator? Is it the person that I'm thinking of? And then to be kicked out because I dared ask that question. That's a legitimate question. And like, guys, don't get too angry at him. It's an understandable thing to come in midstream and not know what the fuck is going on, especially if you're loyal to that channel. I don't mind it at all. But just to explain, I had no issues with Praise being the moderator. No issues. But I did want to highlight the fact that it's not unbiased. It's not impartial. He is a religious fundamentalist. And I just wanted confirmation that it is who I thought it was. And for that, instead of engaging with me as someone who was joining for the first time, instead of actually engaging with me, they kicked me off the show. Who is the religious extremist? The religious extremist is Praise I Am That I Am, who believes in demons and believes in extremist views on God. And again, I don't have issues with religious people, but he is a bit of an extremist. And that I don't mean that as I don't mean to be aggressive towards him. It's not my aggressive. You say I'm a religious extremist, and I have no problem with that. If you want to see me as a religious extremist, that's fine. But you have the right to ask that question. So if I was going to be a moderator 3, 4, 5 hours before a debate with you, and you thought I was biased, you have all the rights in the world to say, well, who is this person that's going to be coming in to moderate? Can you clarify if it is the religious extremist that I think it is? You have absolutely the right to ask that question instead of just being kicked off the show. It just doesn't make sense to me. So, I mean, you can support modern day debates. I'm not asking for people to not support them. I'm not asking for people to take my stance on things. But the fact of the matter is, I asked a legitimate question. As a first-time debater on modern day debates, I asked a simple question and I got kicked off the stream for it.
It's not like
religious extremists are going to think atheists are religious extremists. So I'm not even going to get into that debate.
The thing is, I've forgotten how to pronounce trombone. It's not as though Keela was trying to pick her own jury. Say, I'm not having this guy as a moderator. That's not the issue. It was simply a question: is this that guy?
Yeah, it was just asking if it was the person that I was thinking of.
And James's response was to kick her off and then say, "You've burnt a bridge with me. We're no longer friends." But
yeah.
What the hell sort of way? That's not a reasonable reaction.
Apparently, I'm a Bolshevik. I believe in regulatory capitalism, but okay, if I'm a Bolshevik.
Oh.
I don't care. I don't do the whole Red Scare thing here. I don't mind if you're left, right, center. I view myself as center. But having had experience of abortion and living under an abortion ban, I'm well equipped with the discussion. So I like this. I like this. I have a troll. Yay! I have a troll.
You're a Bolshevik. I've heard you called a few things, but Bolshevik's a new one.
I know, especially given how conservative I actually am.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing about it.
Because we've had discussions about this.
I'm probably closer to being a Bolshevik, being an anarcho-syndicalist than Keela would ever be.
I believe in regulatory capitalism, mate. So calling me a Bolshevik is just funny to me. I love it.
That's brilliant. I'm going to call you that from now on. Bolshe Keela.
Bolshe. By all means, come in any time and just give us a laugh. I have no problem with that. And guys, please don't attack him for it. I just find it funny. So yeah, the discussion was that I didn't have an issue at all with this person being the moderator. Although, again, having someone like Praise I Am That I Am, who talks about how demons are real and ancient towers that have no biblical towers, not even ancient towers, but biblical towers that have no founding in reality, that they're real, to me is religious fundamentalism. Now, I would never attack him for having those beliefs. That if he wants to have those beliefs, that's his belief. That's fine. But I just wanted to know who it was I was dealing with, which is not an unreasonable thing when you're going on to what is presented as a professional debate channel. So, yeah.
Well, I don't know about that, Brenda. I think I'm going to hide that comment, Brenda, simply because of that word. Bob, someone else's already.
I wouldn't even.
If the algorithm picks that up,
if the algorithm can go fuck off. In fairness, they pick up me cursing before they pick up one person in the chat saying praise is a Nazi.
Yeah. I don't know if I got that vibe from him at all. He does seem to be very conservative Christian. I thought
he's
well
chill.
thought of
He's
that.
chill.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Keela, you would support atheist extremist groups like those in the Soviet Union. Actually, I've argued against them. If you have seen any of, like, the first Ion Society was talking about the issue that's going on and the extremism that's going on in I can't even think, in Burma at the moment, in Myanmar. So I'm actually not, again, I'm not for extremist groups at all running society. Thank you for understanding my positions without even talking to me. But I would gladly have a conversation with you afterwards if you wanted to. Not to be aggressive or anything, just to have a little chat. Sorry, I'm distracted by the chat now. James knows himself if you don't, and expect you to go crazy because it's praise. Just if it will. So, yeah, he preemptively strike me off. Like I'm anyone who has seen me on modern day debates. I'm passionate as a debater, but I'm not aggressive, and I am respectful because I've been having these same debates for now nearly 15 years. Tim Woodcock says, I stopped bothering to watch anything on modern day debates when it was clear that the moderator wasn't bothering to pay attention to the conversation. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the problem with James, and James isn't a bad guy, but he does, when he comes in, he focuses mainly on the chat instead of moderating the debate.
I think James has always tried to make it clear, though, that he's not a moderator.
Yeah.
But he resists any calls to get a moderator, to employ a moderator, which is, how can you have a structured debate without moderation? And,
you can't.
Well, unless both parties agree to certain rules beforehand. But when it's people who are fundamentalists and zealots, you can't have a structured debate without moderation.
Yeah, Keith says this isn't about James, it's about MDD. Unfortunately, Keith, James owns MDD, and asking praise to host a religious fundamentalist to host a debate on a religiously sensitive topic like abortion, as I've said, is like asking Nathan Thompson to moderate, or Nathan Oakley even, to moderate a debate on gravity. It's just not a good idea. But I was still willing to give it up because it was such so late in the day. I was willing to accept it. It just, all I did was ask, is this the person that I'm thinking about? And instead of understanding, I was met with aggression. So, hang on. Praise modded me on his channel so I would bring atheists to his channel for dumpster fires. He is a full-blown Christian troll. I don't even like calling people trolls, to be honest. Although it's nice to know that I have one. Yay, I have a troll. But yeah, I mean, it has to be raised. It's not just, and the bigger issue here isn't just this one debate. The issue here is James pandering to the people who financially give to the channel? Instead of de-escalating the situation, he's actually escalating it in order to protect the egos who financially contribute? That's the question. And so, yeah, unfortunately, you do have to talk about James because he is the owner of the channel.
Yeah, the two are inextricable. Unfortunately, it's James's attitude towards debate that informs the channel. And if you look at the recent debate with Maddie and Nathan Thompson,
Yeah.
It went on for about an hour and a half, I think, after both of them had left, where they simply read out super chats. And before that, the questions people had paid to ask Nathan Thompson were dismissed with "cool story, bro," and they simply moved on to the next one. And
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Milkman Dan says, why is it called modern day debates? Don't they usually debate shit from 2,000 years ago? Come on, get me MDD simps.
Yeah, most of this is settled science, you know.
Yeah.
But the moral debates are the most interesting, where ethical and moral debates, where there are, it's not black and white, it's not settled. But you can't have someone who refuses to accept that their book's wrong moderate a debate like that.
Exactly. And Tromboni says, how the fuck does believing in demons make someone a religious fundamentalist? That's pure poppycock. Considering secular sources subscribe to demonics. That's very intellectually lazy of you. I'm just going to leave that right there. You've kind of answered your own question of how the fuck does believing in demons make someone a religious fundamental? I don't even have to answer that.
Yeah,
it kind of answers itself.
You didn't think that through, Tromboni. Next time you do that, write it out, read it to yourself out loud.
There's only two. Yeah, there's only two demons that actually exist, and that's Irish demon and demon orb. That's it. That's my view. You can disagree with it, but that's my view.
I'm not sure demon orb exists. I see them in the chat from time to time, but I think they're AI.
But yeah, lads, enjoy Tromboni. He's fun.
Okay.
Sounds sarcastic, Barman. He's not.
He's not. Well, he's not. Well, I mean, I'll give them credit. They're open of gambit with you of you're a fucking bitch. I mean, that's a bold gambit. You know,
Sorry.
So you get 10 out of 10 for that, but you haven't really followed it up well. You sort of you peaked too early, I feel.
I don't know. It's just, for me, it's very funny. If I'm the religious fundamentalist, that's fine. To me, having someone who believes in the Bible is not, or to such an extent, and who can't break free of that. To have them moderate such a sensitive topic is not unbiased. It's not even remotely fair.
Yeah,
but again, just the most important thing to remember, Tromboni, is I was willing to overlook that. I was more than happy to go ahead with the debate with someone that I thought was biased, as long as I knew who it was that I was dealing with. And instead of actually approaching me with saying, look, I understand that you might have a concern about this, I was just kicked off the show. That's the issue. The issue isn't who is more extreme than the other, which, but the big issue was, even despite me disagreeing with praise on the issues, I was still willing to overlook that. And instead, I was kicked off without any discussion. That's my point. I respect Praise's beliefs. He is absolutely right to have them if that's what helps him through his day. But it's the fact that I was kicked off for raising who is this person that is going to moderate the debate. I was willing to overlook it. I was willing to work through it. Didn't care who the moderator was, as long as I could do a little bit of research and know who it was that I was actually dealing with. You know, and especially because it was so late in the day, it was 6 hours before the debate that we're told, oh, here's this new moderator. That to ask, who is this new moderator, as a first-time debater on the channel, to be then just so unceremoniously kicked off the show instead of explained, well, look, he has hosted similar debates before and he's been a good moderator. I don't know whether he's a good moderator. I don't know if he's impartial or not, or if he's able to separate himself from the debate. I don't know. That's all I was asking. Who is this person? So I can do a bit of research. It wasn't that I was storming off and refusing to be a part of it. It was just so I understood who it was that I was dealing with. Like I've done my research on the other two, the two debaters, I also need to know who it is I'm dealing with in terms of moderation. As a semi-professional debater who has gone on to win competitions in the professional setting, in student professional settings, it's just part of my preparation as a debater to know who it is that is engaging in the debate. That's all. It was not that I was trying to cause trouble. It was not that I was trying to cause offense. It was just my need to understand who it was I was dealing with. That's all.
Yeah. And I think in that respect, you were a lot more reasonable than most other people would have been. But me personally, if I was in your shoes and I discovered that the moderator was a fundamentalist Christian, I would have objected to that.
Well, it's the fact that James wouldn't even acknowledge, or he didn't even consider it to be a cause of conflict or a conflict of interest on Praise's behalf. Now, I genuinely hope that the debate that happens in the next hour and a half, or 2.5 hours or whatever it is, that it's done properly and that Praise is reminded to keep his place as moderator. And I hope he does do a good job as a moderator, as good as a job can be done on modern day debates. I'm not sure. I do hope that for Stephen's, on Stephen's behalf, because Stephen is a good friend of mine. And it was just coincidence that we were actually paired up together. But at the same time, again, James, if you can't handle someone who is opinionated, if you can't handle someone who is direct, then you're the wrong person to be running a debate channel. These questions have to be asked and they have to be respected. It is a legitimate question to ask who the moderator actually is. And for clarification, that was not seen as a direct opposition or an attack. And it certainly wasn't intended as such. And I apologize if it was seen as a personal attack. It wasn't. It was just me being direct and being inquisitive on who the fuck was moderating the debate. That's it. If you're not willing to address legitimate concerns, then hang your fucking coat up and give the channel to someone who will accept legitimate questions. Otherwise, your channel is going to continue to decline.
So we have a new word in the chat from Trombone again.
Okay.
So Math Pig is a full-blown atheist.
Yeah, that's like fucking Flirfs calling Globers cards and shit.
It's a little bit forced, but it's a new one on me. In
fairness, like I will say a lot worse. Math Pig will say a lot worse, which is grand. I don't mind it. Like, yeah, I'm not monetized, so who gives a shit? Sure, YouTube is probably going to demonetize me anyway, so I don't care. Yeah, so Jefferson makes a very good point. Not everyone knows who Praise is, let alone how well he moderates. And Praise isn't a good mod. He lets you kick people for giggles. Again, that's not the point for me. Oh, so Trombone, were you actually? Is this? Is this Praise? This is actually Praise.
Do you know, I actually thought at the beginning, is this James or Praise in a sock account?
Look, I'll direct it at you. It was not a problem with you being the moderator. I don't know how well you moderate, so it was not about you being a moderator, but the idea that there is no conflict of interest, especially given what you've said on this stream, the question was who you are. Well, that was it. It was me asking who you were, because I didn't know who you were. And that's no offense to you. I know you by your full name, But I didn't know when it was said praise, I'd just gotten off a 10-hour shift. I didn't know who you were when he just said praise. And it wasn't until someone said it's praise I am that I actually questioned it. And again, it wasn't supposed to be aggro. It was just me asking who the hell I'm dealing with.
But
And
apparently, they're
yeah,
dealing with two snowflakes now instead of just one.
yeah.
One
He
kicks you off
says
for
it's good.
asking the question, and the next one calls you a fucking bitch.
Yeah,
Now, how
come here.
are you going to go and
I am a
debate
bitch.
in that environment?
Come here. I am a bitch. I'll fucking say I'm a bitch. I have no problem with being called a bitch.
Yeah.
I've been called fucking much worse than a bitch. But yeah, so trombone is actually praise. Praise, please do a good job. I'm sure you will. Be a decent mod. Something that modern day debates rarely sees, from what I'm led to believe. Overthrow Queen Bitch. No, not gonna happen. But yeah, it was just about the fact that I asked who you were, and instead of anyone saying, well, yeah, it is that person who you're thinking of, instead I got kicked off the show. And I got told I was kicked off the show by James moderating or adapting the actual event instead of him actually saying you're off the show. That was the problem that I had. And if you're going to have a debate show and new people come around, then if you're not willing to engage with them and instead just fucking blanket ban them, it's not a good idea. You know, as a debater, as a moderator, as someone who has experience doing it, it's just not a good idea. And I did have to explain to my own subs who were looking forward to seeing me on the show what exactly happened. I think I owe them that. Yeah, I don't like being stereotyped. I apologize. I do apologize if you felt stereotyped. For me, from the debates that I've seen, in my view, you would be religiously fundamental, which is fine. That's your right to have. Peace and no hard feelings, absolutely, and best of luck with the show. He says he'll be as impartial as he can, so like, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I'll be able to hang around for it because I have 10 hours work tomorrow, so I might watch it back tomorrow after work. But I did want to raise it, and I hope you do too, because it's just not a good idea to kind of act like that with new debaters. And I'm sure you don't want to see the destruction of modern day debates. So do have a conversation with James and say, look, if it's cool with you, it's cool with you. So here we go. In my opinion, MDD lost a lot in my eyes. So yeah, that it had to be addressed. It really, really had to be addressed. I am more than willing to debate. I was more than willing to debate. I just had to ask for myself who it was that I was dealing with. Other than that, we're good. I have no ill feelings towards anyone who debates. The only thing I will say is, James, if you're not up to dealing with people who are opinionated, dude, you shouldn't have a fucking platform. Give it to someone who is willing to engage debaters with reasonable discussion, especially when they are actually legitimate concerns. So yeah, I'm apparently, according to Red Fang, I think it's Red Fang, people are still a bitch. Stop calling people bitches, you weirdos. Build a bridge, get over it. We can be adults, lads. We can be adults.
Well, I think your concern now, after seeing what happened there, was justified.
Yeah.
Which is easy to say after the fact, but for someone who was supposed to be moderating your debate to come in and
but he's not in
attack you like
moderation.
that.
He's not in moderation.
But to come in and attack you like that, it's. I mean, I know you weren't concerned about them as a person, just who they were, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just to leave after that and say no hard feelings. It's like, okay, so you just get to do what you like and then walk away and go, oh, it's me done now, bye.
What the hell? Yeah, he came in and proved the point.
Yeah, didn't do yourself any favours there, Prez. None at all. I don't suppose you care though. We're not your audience. We never will be.
No. And I would hope, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt until tomorrow. I would hope that how he conducted himself, and I probably will send this link to James just on an interesting little take. I don't know, but I hope that he will conduct himself more professionally when he's actually when he's moderating.
Yeah. Well, he did say he'll be as neutral as possible, and that's not a good way to start out. I mean, you'll be neutral until it offends you personally, or you feel you have to take a side. You'll be neutral, full stop. Not as neutral as possible. You're neutral, full stop. You're only there to stop it turning into a dumpster fire, not to take a side.
So Gavin. So now I have to deal with Gavin. Gavin, you're fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. You need to chill, man. You really do. You need to chill. Atheist troll. That's fine. You know, there's worse things to be. If you want, Jefferson says that he will debate you, and I would happily moderate. I will not say that I'm completely unbiased, but I don't know who you are. And if you have seen, go on to Agree to Disagree, you will see my moderation tactics and how I moderate, because I did moderate between, what is it, The Plain Truth, wasn't it? And Conspiracy Cats? I think I did okay with that.
Yeah. It's definitely a more proactive moderation than we're used to.
Yeah. Lemons are worse things to be. Yeah, so if you want, Gavin, if you want, tag me in the chat. I don't know if did someone ban him, or please don't fucking ban the people or time them out. Just let them go.
I haven't seen any timeouts. No, he's still there.
Okay.
Still there.
So yeah, dude, if you want to come on, at some point we can arrange to have a discussion between yourself and Jeff. Or, of course, you can go onto Jeff's channel. But if you want somewhere that will actually give you the benefit of the doubt and allow you to actually speak, but I am a fair mod, so I will actually, in my view anyway, I'm a fair mod, so I will actually hold you, as well as Jefferson, to the your feet to the fire and say, okay, answer this shit.
I think the Planet Ruth might disagree with you there.
Yeah. Tony says I was legendary on it. Agree to disagree.
If anybody in the chat, if you want to wind the Plain Truth up, call him the Planet Ruth. Really, really hates that.
Gavin asks, what do you want to debate this time? So, Gavin, if you do want to, by all means, can people stop calling other people bitches? Because it loses all meaning. Stop it.
Yeah, don't ruin swearing. Come on.
Yeah. Fucking hell, like. Also, just to say, next week, no, the weekend after next. The weekend after next is my 1 year anniversary on YouTube. I started my channel alongside Huge Arse and PhD Tony, who is in the chat. And we are organized to do we're organizing to do a celebration, both on Mr. Sensible's channel, where it all began, and also on all 3 channels to actually celebrate. So look out for that, because that's going to be fun. Yay!
Yeah. Another birthday so soon.
Yeah. Another 4-hour stream.
I'll have to get another cake.
Get another cake. I love Tatty Bogle. Listen up, bitches. Stop calling people bitches. Yeah, bitches.
Yeah, and if somebody does call you a bitch, don't start bitching about it.
Yeah, because that's a bitchy thing to do.
Yeah, bitch.
Come here. As I said, I don't mind being called a bitch, because I've been called much, much, much worse. And I call people cunts all the time. But for me, living in Ireland, like, you know, calling someone a cunt isn't like in the US. If you call someone a cunt in the US, it's like, oh my god,
Oh,
height
that's
of
the worst thing you can say. Yeah.
yeah, it's the height of offense. And bastard as well. Bastard is another one. Hello, YouTube algorithm. They're going to pick that up and demonetize me before I'm monetized. Anyway.
So I had an American friend stay with me a while ago, and we're going to a party, and so I'd shown her around Glasgow, you know, and it was like one of my friends come over and said, "Oh, I'm looking forward to this party." I said, "Who's going to be there?" I said, "Ah, every cunt." And she was like, "What do you mean, like bad people?" I said, "No, he's a cracking wee cunt. You'll like him." And she was just baffled that it would be a term of endearment.
Yeah, I know, right? Sarcastic barman says, "Hey, Taddy Bogo, hey bitch, are you calling people bitches while being a bitch?" I think someone earlier called me Crafty Karen. Yes, my Crafty Karen is
Ooh.
oh,
Hey bitch,
Treeron?
would you like to meet
Treeron?
other bitches in your area? Then just dial
Treeron?
0800.
I think that's how you spell you pronounce the name Treeron. I'm in the US. I love saying count as much as possible. I think that means cunt.
Americans can't swear properly. You haven't got the
I
hang
know.
of it yet.
Hello, Cow Tequila from your friendly 6'1" leprechaun, NASA chatbot from the Demon Army. Way!
Oh,
How are
bollock.
you? Sorry, I'm late.
Oh.
Yeah, Nimrod. Nimrod is awesome.
It's been a while since I've went across and trolled Sir Sick with stories of my septic finger. I've missed him for a couple of weeks now. I'll have to go over next time.
Oh, poor Sir Sick. He doesn't know what he's in for anymore.
No, he just tells me to fuck off now. So, which is fair enough, you know. It's actually the only channel that I do genuinely troll.
Here's the thing. Basic Trig is absolutely right. Americans get twat wrong. They call them twats.
Yeah, I hate that. You're
What
not
the
a
fuck is
twat,
twat?
a twat.
No, it's twat. So Adam, if you want to come onto my Discord, it's kind of by private invite only because of other shit. You're more than welcome to come on. Just message me on Discord if you can find me. Wahahaha. Nimrod, don't even be like that. You are awesome. You are awesome. Thank you so much for coming over. And yes, again, Irish Demon is awesome too. And when he comes home, we're going to go traveling. I'm going to be able to take time off by that stage. It's going to be fun. We're going to do a little trip around Ireland.
Fantastic. You can get around and say hello to all my family for me to save me fucking dragging my arse all the way over again.
See, what I can envision is I'll be holding the camera while the lads, the beardsmen go around, and I'll just be fucking recording the antics.
Yeah, the drunken staggering around the place and pulling stupid poses next to horses and
We'll see.
places of historical interest.
Demon needs a 7-seater. Demon needs a 7-seater because we need to bring Demon wife. Mrs. Demon has to come with us. Mrs. Demon has to come with us.
I just want to address Adam L in the chat. Adam L says twat equals dickhead-ish. No, Adam, it doesn't. It means twat. You call somebody a twat, they're not a dickhead, they're a fucking twat. It's very, very different.
Yeah, but for Americans, that's the closest thing that they have. That's the only reference frame. I don't know. But that's the only reference frame that they have.
Yeah.
And see, this is why.
Is one of those.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, go ahead.
I would say English is one of those that I think it's probably the only language where you can put nouns and verbs together and come up with new swear words.
Mr. Andrat says, I like dick flute personally.
Perfect example. Right? You couldn't say that in any other language but English.
Oh,
and you can't say, for instance, piss up a rope in French because you don't have a verb, piss up. And you can't twist the language into those kind of shapes. Apparently a twat is a pregnant goldfish. Well, thanks, David. I'm going to go to the pet shop tomorrow and say, I'd like to see your twats, please.
I know, right? Yeah, the Irish and the Scots are unique when it comes to our slaggings, our curse words. We
Oh
have
yeah.
one for every day of the week, and then some. Like,
Right, okay, Adam's asking me to explain why twat and dickhead aren't the same. Somebody's a dickhead, right? You're an idiot. You've done something really stupid, and it's like you're a dickhead, or you know. But if somebody's a twat, it means they're impossibly useless and stupid, and you just go away because you're a twat. You know, it's not as if you've done something stupid. That's your base level. You know? And also, it's colloquial for the female genitalia.
apparently, I
Yeah.
saw that in the chat. Yeah. Still going. Absolutely, Math Pig. What do you expect from me?
Yeah, we're talking about swearing now.
Okay. Brady, can you actually rescind that one? Because that really isn't necessary. That kind of thing. Can you just take that back, please? Just delete that comment because it's not cool. Not cool. I want to make it clear. I have no ill will towards James. I really don't. I think his decision was wrong, was absolutely fucking wrong. I think he needs to decide where he wants his channel to go, and what he wants his channel to do. But as a new debater, that was, thank you very much, Brady. You know I love you. You're a very, very decent human being. It's just I needed to vent, but I also needed to bring it up because if you're willing to bring new people on, and as I said before, new debaters are like gold dust. Especially for a channel like Modern Day Debate. Yeah, it's fine, Brady. It's fine. I just don't. I don't kind of ascribe to that level of pettiness, really. He got a decision wrong, in my view, and he'll need to answer for it. And I think if he keeps making those same decisions, where he's not willing to actually engage with the people coming onto his channel, and instead just blanket bans them, and blacklists them, I don't think his channel is going to grow. And I really think Modern Day Debate is going to suffer over such practices. I don't say it because I just think of myself. I'm worried about anyone new who's willing to go on to that debate show. I have a thick skin. I've been called so much worse than bitch over the years. I've had people come into my job and try to get me fired because I was pro-choice, because I went on national television and told my story. I've had people camp outside my front door and try to pray for me. So I have seen the extremes, and I have a thick skin about it. The reason for this live stream is to tell people what happened, why I won't be on the debate tonight, and to hopefully stop these kinds of practices. And it'll only happen if people like Praise, who came into the chat very aggressively but left on good terms, which is what I wanted, is willing to talk to James and say, look, I think it was an overreaction, and I think you owe her a bit of an apology and have a conversation. I hope that happens. I don't think it will, but James needs to decide whether or not he's willing to engage with the people coming on as guests.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, when you bring people onto your channel, they are guests. You can't mistreat them in the run up to the show and then expect them to do you a favor later on down the road. That's just taking advantage of people's good nature. And I just wanted to bring it to people's attention, because if you're going to be on that channel next time, you should know who it is you're dealing with. You should know how sensitive he is. And how arrogant as well to actually dismiss someone that readily. Uh, to me, it's extreme arrogance to go behind someone's back and replace them instead of actually talking to them and talking it through, because he doesn't feel like he needs to explain himself. And that is going to be a big issue if he wants to keep people on his channel, if he wants people to keep coming back. And if he keeps putting the small minority of guys who are financially contributing to the channel before new people, then it's going to kill him. It's going to kill his channel. Yeah, the Mexican Bob has it right. I get the impression that MDD is already dying. So many of this community seems to say they've stopped watching. I know I have. James can't moderate. Bad platform for decent debates. Again, I'm not going to comment on James' moderation style, but having someone who is completely biased in a very sensitive topic like abortion is like having Nathan Thompson or Nathan Oakley moderate a debate on, for me anyway, the comparison is having them moderate a debate on gravity. It's just not going to go down well. I hope, because of the objections that I raised and because Praise was man enough and had the balls enough to come into my chat and to challenge me, and so that I could actually explain my position, he went away on good terms. I hope he keeps his word and actually does moderate fairly. But I hope that there will be people there to hold him to account if he doesn't. Tusk. MDD, go down, go boom boom.
I think MDD James has to decide if he's going to be another dumpster fire channel or he wants to have a serious debate channel. Because I know a lot of the people in our community are educated people, they're intelligent people, and we enjoy the debates. Maybe not taking part in them, but we enjoy watching them. And there are already far too many dumpster fire channels. We don't need another one.
Exactly.
But everybody really does miss the non sequitur show.
Yeah, and understandably.
And that was a great platform, and MDD could take its place, but he needs to put the work in. But I haven't spoken to James ever, but just watching his behaviour and what people have said, he doesn't take criticism.
It's not even that he doesn't take criticism. He doesn't listen to the criticism. He doesn't.
It doesn't take it good or doesn't take it badly. He just simply doesn't take it. He's not interested. It's his channel. It's his baby. He'll do it his way. But he forgets that we're his audience, and he has to not pander to his audience, but he has to sell it to his customer base. And if we're not buying it, then he has to, instead of blaming us and going, "Oh well, fuck you, then you're not invited on." Look at your product and say, why isn't this selling? Why aren't people interested in what I've got to offer?
Yes. And instead, it's like in politics, right? So I've been in politics for over 15 years, engaging in discussions about it. I've been a sociologist for several years. And so when someone doesn't, because I analyze politics in my own life, when someone doesn't get elected, you don't go then and say that the electorate is stupid. You go and say, well, why wasn't my campaign convincing people? That's what normal campaigns do. Yeah. So when you have a channel and it's losing support, and you're not willing to listen to the members or the supporters even, rather, instead you ignore them and continue on what you're doing. I had this discussion with another channel in our community. I'm not going to say who it was. That there are certain things, certain knowledge this person has that would be beneficial if they could concentrate on that instead of dealing with the point and laugh stuff, or if the certain point and laugh stuff that they were dealing with. And I was ignored. I was told no, because it's easier to do this because it gets a reaction. which is
Yeah,
what I was told. So I've stopped actually going to that person's chat.
yeah. I've I've in the last few weeks unsubbed from maybe 4 or 5 of the bigger channels
Yeah,
because it's not something I want to watch anymore. The car and stuff, the soft set stuff, the flat earth. It's just the same 5 channels making the same video with the same person on the same day. And it's like the market's saturated, so if you don't have something new to offer, I'm not buying your product anymore.
yeah,
But then what you're getting is people like this coming out and saying, "Well, I don't need you." Yes, you do.
of course
You
you do.
do need me. Not me personally, but one less might not be noticed, but one more sub certainly will.
Yeah, and PhD Tony says that doesn't change the fact that the electorate is demonstrably stupid, or demonstrably stupid, to an extent. But the question is for a would-be politician. The question has to be: is why are my arguments, or why is what I'm saying not landing with voters? Instead of just coming out and saying I wasn't voted in because the electorate is stupid. You have to have that moment of introspection and reflection of what you did wrong. If your campaign, if your electoral campaign, or if your political campaign or economic campaign isn't working, then the question is, do you need to change how you engage with someone in order for that person to understand where you're coming from,
Yeah.
or why what you're saying is beneficial to them? And again, that's on all spectrum of the political field. If you're not getting through to voters on an individual level, if what you say isn't landing, the fault isn't automatically the fault the issue with the voter. The issue is with your campaign and how you're communicating.
Yeah, you can be, let's say, you can be populist with just the point and laugh channels. Whatever, that's fine. But or you can be populist and give the population what they want, give the public what we're asking for, rather than just saying, oh, here's half an hour of pratfalls and knob gags.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's becoming clearer and clearer that the point and laugh stuff is getting tired, and we want something a little more stimulating. So
I mean, look,
whoever steps in and fills that void is going to have a degree of success, but they have to put the work in.
yeah, the problem is, well, I'm not going to put the work in. I'm fucking lazy as fuck.
Yeah, fuck that.
I do this as a hobby, not as a career, and that's part of the problem as well. Is when you get creators like James, and I don't want to single James out, but like certain people, when you get creators who are focused solely on making a career out of YouTube, that's a problem. That is a very, very big problem, because then all you focus on is the numbers. And the numbers should be subsidiary to the interaction. And if you're focused only on the numbers and you're only doing what's safe, there's only so much people can take of it. If you're doing the same thing, oh, it's a different person, but it's the same fucking thing you're saying. There's only so much people can take of the same people saying the same thing in the same way. And yes, there might be new people that latch onto it, but you're going to lose your old crowd. And the part of the problem for content creators is how to keep their existing audience while bringing in a new one. And that's a challenge. That's a very big challenge.
Yeah, there's an issue that I've seen over the last year or two with some of the bigger channels. They're 40, 50, 60, 60, whatever, 1,000 subscribers. They're getting people who come along once a week to watch whatever the video is, but they don't come back. They don't engage. So you're getting once a week, you get 5,000 views, nothing for the rest of the week. No one's involved in your community channel or anything, or your Discord. Then they come. And that's not how you grow a channel. That's not how you build your fan base. There's no point having 50,000 subscribers if only 2,000 of them are watching.
Well, for me, saying that, for me, if 10 people wanted to hear what I say, I'd be absolutely delighted and surprised. But that's imposter syndrome, something that I'm going to be dealing with Conspiracy Cats. So watch out for that. We're going to be taking on, one is going to be on his channel, one's going to be on my channel. We're going to look at the Dunning-Kruger effect and what it means. And then we're going to be looking at the imposter syndrome and what that means, because a lot of people haven't heard of imposter syndrome.
Well,
So
I
we're
was
going to be
recently
taking a little bit of a look at that.
invited
Go
on
ahead.
to a chat forum, and I was like, I just like, are you sure? I can't imagine anybody gives a crap what I've got to say about anything. Yeah, which is,
Yeah,
I find it strange that anybody wants to listen to me to talk about anything.
it is. It is strange. Like when I started my channel, as you know, I didn't start my channel. The amazing people in Mr. Sensible's channel on the stream that I was on peer pressured me into creating a channel. So I love saying it was peer pressure. It wasn't, because nobody can force me to do something that I don't want to do.
There's like 10 steps you have to take to make a channel. You could have just said, "Oh, my computer can't deal with it," but I don't think you expect.
Which you couldn't.
No, if you couldn't, obviously, you still can't. But then you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I like Sable Eagle's comment here. Crafty Keela as moderator, Tusk, Taddy Bogle, Radical, Creaky Winder, and Irish Demon as the debate team. A whole show with no accents at all.
Oh, do you know what? Irish Demon's accent has become so watered down. It's almost difficult.
I know.
If we didn't keep on saying he was Irish, you would never know.
Hang on. Sorry. Crafty Keela, are you saying you had peer pressure next to no audience? Nice. Nicely put, Sable Eagle.
Yeah. That's a violation of the first law of thermodynamics or something. I can't think of a funny thing to put.
Goatnamics. Yeah, I just love the back and forth that Clive and Jessica G has been having about kicking kittens. Nobody kicks kittens. Nobody pulls on their tails. You silly people. I love people.
Yeah. I'm not a cat person myself. I wouldn't deliberately kick one, but I don't particularly like them.
I love cats. I love cats. Mario Rui has to run away, so bye, Mario. Good to see you. I am going to be ending now in a sec, because funny enough, we've been going for 2 fucking hours.
Do you know
which was way longer than I actually expected.
Yeah. My partner said, I said, I'm just going to nip on Crafty stream. Shit, you belong? Oh no more than an hour.
That's what I thought, but then fucking Praise came in, and we had the back and forth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, guys. If you want, can someone post the link for modern day debates for? Okay, I'm gonna leave it up to Tusk, because Tusk I think already has them open. So, put. I'm a gobshite, am I? Fuck you, Teddy. You're a potato. So enough said. So if you want to go and watch the modern day debate that I was supposed to be on, go ahead. Please don't give any harassment. But just gently remind Praise that he did agree that he would be a fair moderator, or as fair as he can be. I don't know what that means, but okay. And the other is the Facebook page. If you don't want to watch modern day debates and you want to take part in the boycott, there is a Facebook group. So if you are willing to go on Facebook, by all means, join that group and tell them I sent you and said hello.
The first link is the link to the debate tonight, and I'll just get the Facebook page. That again.
Is for modern day. So if you want to join modern day debates and have a look at the debate, by all means, I'm gonna fucking hit the hay because I have 10 hours of work tomorrow, and since I don't have to be up, do me a favor, guys. If you are going over, again, don't be rude, don't be aggressive. Just cheer Stephen on. He absolutely deserves the support. He is fucking amazing. And if someone could post Cider and Port's link into the chat as well.
I think I just did, but I'll do it again in a moment. So this is the Tatty's helping me. So there's boycott one, and they'll just get cider. Everybody go and subscribe to Cider and Port.
Nimrod asks if I'm on Instagram. No, I am not. You're lucky to find me on Facebook, and I only go on there every so often. I don't do the whole what's it? The whole social media thing. It's too toxic for me, and I don't do it. I tend to kind of take a step back and chill. Yeah. So hopefully the debate goes well. And Stephen, if you are still watching, I do wish you the very best of luck. James, if you see this, get a fucking grip. And I hope you do what's best for the people who watch your channel, not just for your fucking pocket. What's your OF? What? Oh, OnlyFans. No, I don't do OnlyFans either. Fuck off. You're lucky I actually have the attention span for a fucking YouTube channel, you weirdos. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for sticking with me. If you're not a member or if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Please hit the bell. It helps. It does actually help. If you don't want to, that's fine. Fuck off. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy.
That's how you build a channel. A lot of you.
I know. If you don't want to subscribe, I can't force you. Fuck off. It's cool. I hope you enjoyed this little rant. It was an important. Yeah, I have goat pictures on my OnlyFans, Critical Cripple, and also people go subscribe to Critical Cripple. He has some of the most fun discussions. Can you drop a link? Yes, you can, Barman. Have you got a mod wrench? I don't know. Where am I? Have you got a mod wrench?
He does not.
He does not. Can someone link Barman's? Sorry. Hang on. Hang on there. Oh, I could hide him. There you go. You have a mod wrench. Go shill your channel, shill your video. Awesome. By all means, you know you're a friend of the channel. You'll always be a friend of the channel. I have absolutely no fucking problem with that. Jen Yu is in. Yay, Jen Yu. It's been a while since I saw you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, you can't approve links. So yeah, Barman, you know you're a friend of the channel. Absolutely. Shill it away. It's always polite to ask. I said something to, I think it was, who was it? Creaky Blinder, I think. Someone said, he said that self-promotion was a bad thing. And I said, shameless self-promotion is a bad thing. Self-promotion is a good thing because it means that you're not expecting anyone else to do the work for you. So absolutely, if you don't ask, you don't get. So folks, go sub to Barman because he has the See You Next Tuesday, which I love. I love that anagram. Yeah, 32 minutes apparently to MDD, is it? If it is, go get a fucking pint because you're going to need one. Demon can give the pints. Tusk, thank you so much for coming on. As always.
Thanks for having me. It's always fun.
Yeah, like Taddy, I'm just going to keep pulling you on because people want to hear you because you're awesome. I want to hear you. Fuck everyone else.
Bizarre.
And for people who want to hear it, I can see Jess making some inroads. And Dart. Dart is one of my first 10 subscribers. Dart is in the chat. Hi, Dart. Yeah, so I can see Jessica G kind of hinting at it. 33. There you go. That is my age. So for Clive Wells and Jessica G, enjoy that. How much was PayPal? Oh yeah, fuck. Sorry. I got a few, I think. My phone has gone dead. So I'll read it off words. I need to find words right now. Link to my next video. It's not up yet because it's my next video, but this week I am hoping to have a new Challenging Conspiracies video out, and it will be on What is it going to be on? It's going to be on Tusk. What is it on?
What's what on?
You voted for it. Oh, you didn't vote for it.
What? Sorry, I was talking to C Beagle in the chat. I missed that. What do I know?
Chemtrails. Sorry, chemtrails. Yeah, the next challenging conspiracies is
Oh,
on
yeah.
chemtrails, which Tusk, as a patron, got to vote on, and he didn't want chemtrails, but we will do what you voted for
I
at some
can't
point.
remember what I voted for now.
You wanted mythical creatures.
Mythical creatures, that was it. Yeah.
See, I do pay attention to my fabulous patrons who are scrolling along the screen down there. And if you want to become a patron, the link is there in the chat. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me for 2 hours. I still find it amazing that you guys stick around with me. If it's in half an hour, then I might actually stay around for it. If not, I'll probably just crash. Peter, good to see you. Chris Durham is here. Yeah, there's a few other people. People have a tendency to come in just as I'm ending, but you're all loved. You guys know you're all loved. So with that, we out. Say good night. Good night, people.
Cheerio, Andrasta.